Hello, my sunrays. Welcome or welcome back. This will be chapter 2 of Using One of Your 9 Lives by Comicaly. Called Planetary Survival. Planetary Survival. As always, the link is down in the description. Comments and a kudos to the authors if you enjoy. And let's get into this. As I was missing. He's missing and they have zero clue where he went. Yamada, Namuri, and Tenbura are all called in with the others to be sent out looking for him. They all now sit around a table, Nezu at the head of it. Yamada keeps smoothing his feathers down, but it's of no use. They keep flaring out to stand on end no matter how much he pushes the offenders into their place. He's at least able to stop his beak chattering. Namuri and Tambura look as equally grim as they take in the report from Nezu. Namuri's color translucent, triangled red, and Tambura's mandals constantly twitch. His whereabouts are unknown, and his ship trail's gone cold. For now, at least, all they can do is search nearby planets. The only clue they have is the disputes of both Aizawa and the Hunter ship, floating aimlessly in space, signifying a scuffle. As Nezu is getting a team together to further track down both ship trails, be it an eyewitness or any signals left behind. Yamada prepares to get ready for launch while also making a note to make sure he gets back to feed Aizawa's catloons. He'll want to see them when he gets back. Aizawa finds out this planet's night and day cycle is long. He doesn't know exactly how long, but he has to sleep when it's midday, assumedly by the sun's placement through the canopy of leaves. His already backward sleep schedule does not like this at all. His stomach enjoys what he has to drink and eat ever less. The first 2 days are the hardest, given Aizawa feels like a kid again. Fear at every noise in case it's a beast he can only dream of defeating. Not only is he wearied, but his body has started to lose muscle mass. The small rodent-like creatures he's forced to eat, not providing much when he's only successfully captured them half of the time. He's grating, jumping at every squeak, despite trying to maintain his calm. Once his injured leg is a bit more sturdy, he starts mapping out the forest area he crashed into, darting to investigate where his ship should be. He finds that it's gone, assumedly taken by the unknown species. The rest of the forest is rather mundane, as far as the alien landscape goes, with no sentience-made structures around. Halfway into doing so, he hears a shrilling noise. It's faint, far away. While information is important, he'd rather be in better shape before he gets anywhere close to danger again. Turning away from the rocket, he makes his way into the brush. The forest is quite large, with Aizawa being unable to traverse the whole space in one day. 2 days if he means his days, not this planet's. It makes him easier to breathe a little easier. It makes him breathe a little easier, knowing that he can retreat a bit away from the cityscape that met him on one end. but it also meant he's forced on other things, first being shelter. He can map out the rest of the forest later. It's not too difficult, all things considered. He disregards any low burrows and anything too high into the canopy, not willing to risk being ruined out, rained out, or preyed on by flying creatures if Terra has either. The river that cuts through the trees is a lifeline, one Aizawa will not be distracting himself from. He finds a tree wide enough to comfortably not have to worry about falling out in his sleep and marks it with his claws. While he can't actually leave the wooded area, at least until he's comfortable what's on each side of at least. He also doesn't think he should. Staying close to the crash site will hopefully aid his friends in finding him, if they can make it here. He knows the intergalactic community aren't certain if this is Terra. They never sent anyone to confirm after legal, unofficial, and only told in a handful of surviving crew accounts. Intel contact with Terrans, not wanting to risk the invasive infestation group dying. Only that they know it's within this galaxy. Most of the stories that commonly go around are from traffickers who try to net themselves really anything from the now infamous galaxy and end up seeing most of their crew fled off. On top of this, seemingly the only widely habitated planet for extremely specialized species that Aizawa could see, as he fled the hunters, frantic scans of nearby planets, showing inhabited atmospheres for nearby planets. He had hunters on his ass. It was between a maybe habitated planet, mixed signals galore, and hunters who will immediately kill him and then use anything on a ship to help aid their mission. He chose the maybe death planet. Basically, the only reason they don't know if this is Terra or not is in the way of them just not sending a group of people to double check. Aizawa is 99% sure this is Terra at this point. This is the general area that they know of, and he saw no other planets he could even attempt to land on. He's still unsure if the creatures had saw where Terrans, but they seemed to be sapient and checked all the marks of more technologically advanced society begrudgingly. So, Aizawa bides his time. It turns out to be a lot more time than expected, but the more he thinks about it, the more he should have expected it. He had been forced to take an intergalactic path, his ship already being built not to be tracked. He was pushed a long way across the universe. They're going to take a while to find him, not to mention, if they do find him, it'll take even more time to try and be able to start looking for him, given protocol and exactly what this planet is and what Aizawa now knows of it. As Aizawa starts making long-term plans. He makes traps instead of outright hunting. It'll let his heal more dependently if he stays off it as much as he can. both traps on land around his claimed natural shelter and within the water, all made out of the world's tree slamping as they're quite flexible. For his temporary home he forbids where he sleeps from overhead dangers, be that creatures or weather. This time he just sticks he'd gathered tied together by pieces of discarded trash that seemed to have been drifting down the river. The taut, almost clear line seems to be made of plastic, and it works fine for Aizawa's purpose. Among more trash, he finds handful more discarded items he's unsure will be any use besides plastic sheet. It also adds to his fashioned roof to further ensure safety from rain after he cleans and dries it off, since he found it halfway logged into the bank of the river. Well, it was a luxury situation. It's far better. Well, it isn't a luxury situation. It's far better than he thought in the very first few cycles here. Properly set up, he allows himself to rest and hopefully get his leg healed. That was the end of chapter 2. I hope you all enjoyed. Remember, as always, the link is down in the description, and I hope you're all having a good day or night, and I will see you all next time.